Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and what you're looking at here is Rise of Industry, which has just hit Steam Early Access. I played a little of this last year, but I figured, you know what, I'd go in and see what's changed, give it a bit of a spin, see what kind of a tycoon I am. What are my managerial chops really made of? And can I rise of industry? Arguably, I should have said there, can I rise to Rise of Industry, or rise to take on industry? But it didn't really make sense in my head, so I said something that I knew didn't make sense anyway. We're going to go for the career here, and from the myriad options in front of us, we're going to select normal. So here we are looking at the bountiful world of world name here, which we're going to call Fail World, because that's a dramatic creative leap. Right there. Let's have a quick look around at what we've got. Now, it is clearly inspired by Transport Tycoon and the like. So, you know, if you enjoyed that kind of thing, you know, this is possibly worth a look. Obviously, it's got a few differences to the original game, but hopefully I'll show you what some of those are. As much as I've never really played the original game, and therefore I'm just going to show you what this one does. Right, okay, now I'm going to focus on St. Mid as my first target for regional dominance. I think. Does this look? Because it looks like it's going to be the biggest market, and therefore the most straightforward way to making a bit of cash. I guess Leicester. It's probably the other way to go. It's missing an R off the end there, but who really minds? And then you've got Hero Sow, which has got really nothing going on. I think there's no real debate going on. Now, I have played a couple of hours of this, and therefore I am in no way an expert, which I know is the way you all like it, because it means that we all learn together like one big collective happy-go-lucky family of friends. So I'm going to go to the tech tree, because we're going to go for a bit of farming as our speciality, as they told me to do in the tutorial. So we'll go with that. I want a water siphon to start with, yeah, and then we'll hop on over to farming, and we will go with crop farms. If you've played the tutorial, this is exactly what the tutorial teaches you to do. And then we'll have greens, like that, and then we will hop across to logistics, and we will get ourselves a truck depot. We'll also head to industry, and we'll grab the food factory there. Now, each of these 4 tiers have their own R&D points, which you can see down the bottom corner here. Now I've used them all in my gathering to get my water siphon, and I've got to earn what's that? 25 million or 250? 2.5. How many zeros have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.5 million of those in order to earn another R&D point. Which will allow me to unlock the next thing. And you earn R&D points, you earn this experience type stuff by using the thing that you've already got. So the more water I do the siphoning of, the more of these points I'll get to unlock those points. Under farming, as you can see, for some reason I need 3,906,250, which is pretty much exactly the right number of points to need to earn. And I'll earn that by using crop farms with industry. I'll get it by using my food factory, and with logistics, I'll get it by throwing trucks around the place. That's all good. To be honest, it takes a little while to earn any of that stuff, so you're best off just ignoring it until you see a little number 2 in there. I've left 1 point unspent because I might go and sink that into something fairly soon, but not just now. Right, okay, now I want to build my the start of my farming empire. As much as I'll probably expand to do other things later on. I want to build it relatively close to St. Mid, so that I'm going to transport too far. Now, I know it's pretty shrewd stuff. There's some high-level concepts going on here that you might want to tune in for. I haven't bought the flipping permit. I need to talk to the council here at St. Mid. Hello there, council. You go to the region, we go, yeah, all of that, but I want to purchase a permit. It's $380,000 and no cents. I don't think you really need to list the cents there, but there it is. Yes, I'll buy the permit, thank you very much, which means I can now go back and I can place my water siphon. Now, you need to place this relatively close to the coast, because you've got pumps that you plumb into your siphon in order to siphon. It's making plenty of sense there. Right, we'll stick it that way, and I get a couple of these to get us rolling. We'll just go with 2 initially. We'll stick one there, and we'll stick one there. It's flipping. This forest is in the way, but that's okay. We're going to go straight through the middle of that with some of the future here, or roads, as some people like to call them. Hang on, just bulldoze all of this rubbish. Trees. Overrated, if you ask me. There we go. Go through that. Actually, they're not overrated at all, but they are in the way of what would be quite a splendid view. Right, okay, so this is my my water siphon here. I'm not trying to build. Just, forget that. Oh well, I've stuck a piece of extra road in there just for laughs. Then we shall move on and we shall place our initial farm. Autosave. You are our hero, and we want to get that relatively close to the water section. Now, it doesn't need to be in the catchment area here, because we'll transport that by truck. Get used to the concept of transporting things by truck. There is an awful lot of that in the future, up until we research trains. But what I do want to do is I want to make sure that as much of this catchment area as possible is in the flat. That way, I can place plenty of good fields. There we go. We'll go with that. Now it's a bit of a trek, possibly a little further from my siphon than is ideal. And obviously, we don't want wheat here. That wants to be where's the production? There you go. We want vegetables. Yes. The reason we've gone with vegetables rather than wheat is that you can utilize them immediately. You can sell vegetables as the end resource. So that's my 3 fields placed. I may be able to place a few more later on, but at the moment we'll leave those as is. Destination, we're not quite there yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So in order to make sure that we can water the fields and therefore grow the vegetables, it's the Circle of Life simulator. Industry tycoon style. Right, there we go. So that's all connected up. Now we just need to tell things where we want it to go. So from here, no, look, there you are. See, talk to the siphon. And we'll go to choose a destination, and it's going to be a farm, and it's the Crop Farm 1 vegetables near St. Mid. And we've got 3 trucks assigned to that. And basically every time there is more water available for them. So what you'll see is you'll get little trucks will come out of the pumps. They will head to the siphon and drop off. And every time there is enough water, trucks will take that. Now I've got 3 trucks assigned in total. They'll pick up from here and they'll drop it off at the farm. Okay, got that? Pretty good. Now we next want to grab the vegetables from the farm and take them to St. Mid. Now there's a couple of different ways we could do this. We could either have a very close road depot here, so the farm would deliver to the depot and then we pick up from the depot and drop off over there. But I'm going to build it a little bit further away than that, because that should keep things moving along at a brisk pace. At least one would hope that it will be at a brisk pace. So there we go, we'll do a bit of that. Now, there's no AI opposition to speak of, other than the towns themselves. So your challenge is going to be to stay in business, fundamentally, because over time, small industries will set up in order to provide some opposition to you. But fundamentally, you're going to build this network the way you want to build it, and no one's going to tell you otherwise. Where shall I think we'll put this truck depot just over there. See, look at that, magical. Right, so we'll have our crop farm. We've got a production set up. There you go. Needs water, makes vegetables, turns into vegetables. Sweet as a nut. Then we'll take them to logistics, truck depot 1. And so the 3 trucks that we've got in here, I've actually got 5 trucks in there. They will take my lovely vegetables to the truck depot. And there will be much celebration when that happens. And then from the truck depot, we shall grab raw resources, which is going to be vegetables, and we shall take them to the commercial area of the farmer's market in East Mud, which it doesn't actually have one. Well, that's a classic piece of under-research done there, isn't it? St. Mid, not East Mud. That's a different thing, probably. It's okay. All is not lost. I've been on pause this entire time. We're just going to change the crop that we grow. All right. If they don't have, I need a farmer's market. You see, no one's. If I haven't got a farmer's market, no one's really that concerned about things. So if we go to the recipe book up here, let's bring this front and center. Farms. Yeah. No, not farms. Factories. Thank you. Food factory, and then I think apple pie is probably going to be the low-hanging fruit here. Figuratively speaking, that wasn't an unintentional pun, but you can take that as a pun if you like. I'm always game for a bonus gag. Right, so we need dough and apples, yes. And then we make apple pie, which we then sell at somewhere. Where would one sell an apple pie? In a shop, I'm guessing. So here's your farm. There is a farmer's market here. Maybe we can revert to plan A. They just don't want vegetables. The folks of St. Mid give not a monkey's about their 5 a day. No, they could not care less. Okay, right. Well, if we got farmer's market, but they just don't want. They just don't want vegetables. All right, fine. Bookstore, yeah. Diner. What do they want? Apple pie. Right, we're going to go for apple pie. It's a slightly more complicated build, but it just shows the reason that I left myself with 1 R&D point to buy myself an orchard, unless no, that comes with apples. Boom shakalaka. Right, okay, that's tremendous. So obviously this is all going exactly to plan. I'd intended all along to kind of invest in apple creation. Pretty quickly, I should say. There is a minor issue here. No, we're just going to have to manual it for a little while. Oh, gracious. Well, this is going to turn into a high-risk endeavour. Right, okay, so I'm going to build my orchard where there's plenty of space, and I'm going to have room to orchard it up some. We'll go with a small amount of overlap here, I think. Either that or I build it flipping miles away. Get shot of that. So you run that down there, like so. Now that's going to need water as well. So I think we'll just connect straight on to the existing pump road. I've got an extra bit of road there just to keep you guessing. Okay, smashing. Now we got that. That's that dealt with. Go over to me. Actually, we'll add a field, and we'll stick 1 there, and 1 here, and 1 there. I'm sure there is an optimum path to peak apple that I am ignoring, but so be it. Then we want to go back to this one, and we're going to grow flour. Flour. That's a crop. No, it's going to be wheat fields. Yes, there we go. So again, water, wheat, bosh. And then once we've got that, we'll turn that into dough, which we do in the factory. But before any of that, I'm going to start building up a stockpile. Right, if we kill that off, and we'll just use this as a storage depot for the time being. So I've still got my trucks going, right? Wheat 2, logistics 1, there. All right, and then apples, destination is going to be logistics 1. That way I've got them all in the wrong place. Yeah. Then I've got them all in the wrong place, and we can evaluate the the best time to expand and get the factory going. So let's up the tempo here, because we're not going to see a massive amount of activity straight away. Here we go. Everything is now moving, as you can see. It's all going at a pretty breakneck speed. The water's wibbling there. But here we go. We've got some water going. That's the spirit, lads. Right, and then we've got some water that is now heading out to the farm. I want to get enough water out that way until we've got some wheat growing. And then we shall change the water siphon over to head out to my orchard and get the apples growing. Because at the moment, I'm only allowed one route. Got to unlock the next one with the tech tree. And I haven't got any tech tree points right now, but mercifully, as you can see, we've already earned 304 points from the truck depot here. We can unlock that eventually. So we can have an extra dispatch slot, which is what we need here, for every building, which is probably going to be quite useful, I would have thought. Or we can save the cost. But that's going to take a minute or two before we're in business there. But we should have... Let's have a look here. So we're producing some wheat now, and we should be stashing that up here in the depot. So we've got 8 up in the depot. Right, let's change your destination there, my friend. You go to... Take her to the orchard, because we ain't going to be doing nothing unless we grow some apples as well. Then we're also going to need to take some actual water to the depot. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to need a lot more water than I'm currently making. So we'll get a third pump on the go. There you go. Right, and that's going to need a bit of a road just to get it on the network here. There we go. Now, I could sell these raw, so I can sell apples, I can sell water. I could make the arduous cross-country trek to sell vegetables in another town. I mean, the closest selling point was 100 and some odd miles away. It isn't, like it's going to the other side of the universe, but it's still longer away than I would like, and therefore it would behoove me to create some kind of product that will work on a local basis. So look what we got here. Right, we've now got 15 wheat, we've got 3 apples. Now you're talking. Right, now then, if I switch my siphon, change the destination over again. This is the absolute worst way to do this, just so you know. And we'll take some water out to the truck depot rather than to the orchard, and then we'll get our industry built up. In fact, this is such a bad way to do it because I'm not going to make any kind of money whatsoever. So it's almost like I'm going to need one set of trucks and siphons and what have you for each job until I can get multiple destinations. The good news is we are going to earn the next slot of trucking relatively quickly. As you can see, we're up to 2,500 points already. So we'll probably be able to fix this soonish, I reckon. Right, let's get this factory done. Here we go. One of these, food factory, a mere $650,000 there. Now, we don't want to build the factory too close to town because that will make people dramatically unhappy. And unhappy people don't pay their bills, so I've heard. Right, so we're going to stick that in here. Beautiful work. We'll now switch the orchard up to deliver to the factory itself, which I haven't switched on, enabled, fired up, powered in, turned on. You want to make cheese? No. Cheese is not what you want. I want you making apple ruddy pie, which I don't have. Well, there you go. Therein lies the challenge right away, is that I've got to unlock that with the flaming tech tree. And because I'm not making anything with the food factory, I can't do that. Okay, we're going to need to have a bit of a rethink here. So I've got my factory, which obviously I'm now paying for, but it only wants to make cheese. The town, if this town had decided that, you know what, we are going to eat our vegetables like good children, we wouldn't be having this conversation. They will eat apples. All right. Well, that's something, I suppose. What is this? Oranges, sugar, milk. Yeah, fish. I could have guessed that one. Eggs, cocoa, berries, and grapes. Very much a fruit kind of a burb. This one. Okay. Right. New plan. You lot take your destination and send you up to the farm. Orchard. Production alert. Which has since left. Good. Solid. Excellent. That's good news. I wonder if we've maxed our storage, maybe. We've maxed the storage. Okay, destination. Choose a destination. Raw resources. Apples, please. Let's at least try and make some cash back again. Apples. They look like that. 4 apples. And we'll send them to commercial farmers market. Hey, there we go. Right, and there you go. See, we've got the trucks rolling out here, and they're going to now drop off my lovely, lovely apples exactly where we need them. You lot, you're already doing what you need to be doing. That's grand. So they'll drop off at the farmer's market here, as they are doing, and then once in a while, the farmer's market will sell some, and I'll make a couple of quid, which will be smashing, because we can then use that to prosper later on. In fact, we seem to be absolutely rinsing it for apple sales right now. They've got one store. They're selling 4 a week. Okay, so the price of apples is pretty strong, so that's a good sign. It's nowhere near enough for me to declare myself buoyant in a commercial sense, but we'll get over that. Right, we'll disable the crop farm because that'll save me some costs, not many, and we'll disable the factory while we're at it. Right, here we go. So there we are. So now we're kicking it along with apples. We've got 3 water in stock, which is lovely. We've got apples growing, which is brilliant, and there it is. I'm now, you know, I'm Captain Applejack, and hold on, production alerts. Hubs are disabled. Yeah, the wheat fields are off. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry yourself. That was all intentional. So there we go. A slightly rocky start to my eventual conquering of the commercial enterprises universe. The question is going to be, can we recover? Because now everything is going to hinge on how quickly I can earn experience in order to unlock anything else. So that means I need to earn experience enough so I can make some flipping cheese. Or orange juice. Or orange juice. Can I grow oranges? I probably can, but you know what else you need for orange juice? Do you know? Do you know what you need for orange juice? You need cartons, which means you need to make paper and glue and that shiny silver stuff that they stick on the inside that Sylvester Stallone will use to help bust his way out of prison. Great, there we are. That's that then. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. There will be more of this. For those of you who are hoping for a bit of transport fever today, I will be live streaming it tomorrow. Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to tune in for that. Obviously, if you're watching this in the past, I won't be live streaming it tomorrow. You missed it. You pay more attention. Be around. That's that kind of thing. Anyway, I'll catch up with you very soon. Chuck a like at this one if you liked it, and why not subscribe? It looks nice, doesn't it? So you don't miss out on me completely not screwing it up as we move forward into a prosperous future. And I shall catch up with you very soon. Let's find something particularly dynamic to focus on here. Oh, look at that. You don't get much more dynamic than that, do you now? Cheerio!